What's up guys, Jennifer Dorie here, officially 3 days out of Tampa Pro this year. We are here at MI40, about to get in one of my last few workouts. We're going to train some back and some arms today, and we are about to crush it. Final few workouts going down, and it's almost showtime, so stay tuned. We are going to do back and biceps today, and then shoulders tomorrow. Just upper body from here on out, just because I don't want to have any inflammation in my lower body. So just nothing crazy. We're not going for PRs this week. We're not trying to lift super heavy. Obviously I don't want to risk injury, but I also don't want any inflammation with the muscle. So just light pump workout, stimulate the muscle enough to get a pump, and that is the goal. That's it. So pretty easy workouts. We're going to start back, probably start with some pull downs, and then we'll do a couple different variations of some rows, and then move on to some arm work. So this is my future husband, Mark Anthony, biggest supporter, #1 cheerleader. So he's going to take me through a back workout today, and you guys are going to be hearing some of his tips and cues as we go through it.
Just last couple days out before the show, get a little bit of blood moving.
Nothing crazy.
You know, make sure she's feeling all her muscles. Nothing crazy. She's ready, but we're doing this for you. We are at MI40 in Tampa Bay. Probably our favorite gym here. You know, we're big supporters of Ben Pekulski, fellow Canadian, and Amanda Vassallo, who own this gym. So thank you for your hospitality. They have all the top equipment here, and that's where we're doing the workout.
So right now, once I'm about 7 to 10 days out, I usually cut out most of the powdered supplements, any artificial sweeteners, just try and reduce any bloating, inflammation, stuff like that. So as of right now, I'm using the Burn HD. I just took 2 caps as my pre-workout since I'm not doing any pre-HD, sadly, right now. And then I'm using Glyco HD as I start carb loading. So with my carb meals, 2 caps of Glyco HD for my carb meals, 15 minutes or so before, just to make sure that we're shuttling all those carbs to the right places and utilizing those nutrients the best we can. A new pair of pants because these ones are quite big.
Wow.
You know you're ready when.
Mark, I'm testing you right now. What's the importance of the Tampa Pro?
What's the significance?
There's
a lot.
There's a few significant things.
Well, we need the #1.
The #1 thing is this is where we met.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. And the other significance is that she won her first pro show here. And you ever heard the song by Drake? Back to back.
So Tampa Pro, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of significance to the show. For me, it's an important show and dear to my heart for a lot of reasons. One being that's the show we met at back in 2018. That show was also the show in 2018. That was my rookie pro year. That was the last show I did that qualified me with points, because at the time it was the point system for my first Olympia. So I met my husband, I qualified for my first Olympia at that show. I did my first photo shoot with JM. Now, I mean, we've shot together plenty of times since then. And then, of course, last year was my first pro win back at this show. So it's just fun to be back here. You know, good memories and good vibes all around. And of course, like I said, we're going for that back-to-back repeat win, but we'll see what happens on Saturday. The only thing is I feel that spot in my back that I need him to work on is like tugging.
You want to ask him to work on you a little bit?
Maybe we'll do it after the workout, because that way it's fresh.
Yeah, I want to make sure he's available.
Yeah, ask him please. He does massage therapy and stuff. He's competing this weekend in NPC. But I have this like nagging tugging in my back. I think it's from the side I pose on. So he's gonna try and work on it after, if he can.
Is it common for bikini competitors to have like back?
I think so, just because one, if you're posing on that one side, for example, like I do, you're, you know, squeezing and twisting and contorting your body in such a way that, especially if you're holding those poses for a long time, which as we get closer to the show, of course we're posing more frequently and for longer sessions. So your body just kind of gets stiff and stuck. And then plus with the training and being in a depleted phase, it's easy to have things that get stuck or tugging, and that's why body work is so important. So.
Nice, big squeeze. Yep, good. Feel all those muscles in your back. Good, big contraction.
I said I put it down, and then I told myself, do one more rep or else you're not gonna win. So I was like, crap, I have to do one more rep. And I'm always OCD like that. Like, that's kind of how I stay on track. So, you know, if I'm ever tempted to like skip a set, you know, and just finish my workout early, I'm like, if you do that, you're not gonna win. Or if I'm like, you know, I wanna grab an extra rice cake, or even like last week, I wanted to have a sip of like a diet pop in the fridge, but I've cut out all my sweeteners. So I'm like, I had it and I had it up to my mouth. I'm like, if you drink this, you're not gonna win. And I was like, oh, it's not worth it. Because then you jinx yourself, so. And then I'd be on stage thinking to myself, crap, I shouldn't have done it. When I'm actually on stage, smile, don't trip, keep your stomach tight. Ouch, I'm cramping. It's like, and it's like, don't fall, don't trip. Like, you're just trying to keep your composure on stage. And then it's funny because people think that you're like, everyone is so confident on stage, when most of us are in our heads like trying to remember our routines and like not to trip and all these little cues that we have for posture. But yeah, that's pretty much on stage, life inside of a competitive mind. And then before stage, it's usually just, I usually don't get nervous until right before. Like right now, for example, I'm just excited. I'll be excited all the way up until like Saturday morning, and then once I wake up, once you get your makeup and your tan, you're all glammed up, you feel good, you're excited, you're ready to go. And then for me, I get backstage, and that's when I get kind of stressed and anxious because it's such a rush backstage, and then all of a sudden, the most stressful part for me is when I hear them like, okay, bikini, line up, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. And that's usually when I get stressed, like right before I walk up on stage. So I try not to even think about competing until I'm right about to walk up on those stairs to the stage. I'm just shredded and enjoying a weekend, that's it, until I get on stage.
When do you think you guys can come back up to Canada?
Well, we can come back anytime we want, we just don't want to.
That's not true.
I mean, to see our family and to go to Pure.
I mean, I miss my family like crazy, and I want to come back to see my friends and stuff, but as of right now, just with the restrictions and everything going on, and with me competing, I don't want to risk not being able to come back with stuff, so
yeah.
For now, until after Olympia at least.
It just
so
seems
October.
Yeah, it seems like there's, you know, a lot more restrictions there, and
everything is still closed there, so it's like I wouldn't be able to train properly and stuff there. So.
What's it like?
What about our
your
dogs?
Parents for a long time?
Of course, our dogs.
We have 2 dogs.
I mean, it's tough because obviously I miss my family a lot. I mean, I talk to my mom and sister every day. We FaceTime all the time, so thankfully, you know, my mom and sister are both super supportive of everything that I do. So they're always checking in. You know, we have a group chat we talk on every day. And hopefully they're going to come to Olympia in October.
No, I think they're going to come.
I hope so. If you guys are watching this, you better come.
And her birthday's on...
It's on my birthday, October 7th.
Yeah.
And my twin sister, obviously, it's her birthday too on Olympia weekend. And it's her 25th birthday. So if she could come and celebrate hopefully 2 things on that weekend, that'd be a good weekend.
Definitely 2 things on that weekend. Definitely 2 things on that weekend.
That'd be an awesome 25th birthday. If I could win the Olympia on my birthday weekend and have my mom and my sister there, that would be beyond. A certain someone told me that I better win this show.
I'm the one that says you better win.
There's definitely a lot of expectations just because, one, there's a lot of support. So I don't think it's a negative thing. I think it's a lot of people believe in me. People, you know, want to support me and want to see me at my best. And then of course there's going to be some people who are hoping to see you fail. That's just how the world is. But I mean, I don't really pay any attention to those kind of people because they're not my people. So yes, there's pressure, and it can be a double-edged sword, but I think that you can use that pressure as something to motivate you to keep pushing to be better and better, and use it as something that, like, wow, these people believe in me because they have these high expectations for me, versus seeing it as something that overwhelms you and kind of scares you off. So, you know, coming to a show as the previous champ last year, of course, there's, you know, expectations of me to win the show. And I mean, we have some great fierce competitors, some top Olympians in the show too. So, you know, there's some people who are rooting for them, some people are rooting for me, and that's just how it goes. Everyone has their favorites, and I mean, I'm not worried about anyone else but myself, because truthfully, I'm my own competition. I mean, I'm trying to beat myself from last year because I was the champ last year. I'm trying to beat the package I brought to Olympia, where, you know, I placed second amongst these same people, so that's all I can do. Focus on me.
And I will assure you, she is much better this year than she was last year. So
you're so serious. I can assure you.
I just joke when I say you better win. No, really, she's better than I am, because she's very focused on just being better than she was last year, and she's really not distracted by anything else. No outside distractions or any kind of pressure. I feel like she just puts enough pressure on herself because she expects that much out of herself.
Mark, I heard a rumor, a little bird, that you know Big Mike Van Wyck.
Wow. Well, if it isn't, it's not a rumor. I've known Big Mike Van Wyck for a long, long time. Back in the day. What a great guy. I haven't seen him in a long time either, and I look forward to surprising him one day. But we've been in touch ever since he's joined the HD Muscle family, and Pure, of course. What a knowledgeable guy. Been around for a long time, tons of knowledge, seasoned, and just a gentleman.
What was he like back then when you knew?
Oh, me and him were party animals. We used to tear it up.
What?
Tear it up.
No.
That is a wrap. Our second to last workout, 3 days out of Tampa Pro. Today is Wednesday, so we will be back here tomorrow to get in a shoulder workout, or we might do a hotel gym pump depending on the time that we have. But that's all for today. We wrapped up our second last workout. Time to eat, get back to the hotel. I am going to scrub and exfoliate, put on my first coat of Pro Tan, and then be nice and tanned up and just rest and relax for the rest of the night tonight and start eating some carbs. We found me on the poster from last year. It's me. What's up, guys? We are 2 days out. Today is Thursday. So excited because time's just flying by. So I'm a bit behind today because I slept in, trying to get caught up with the time zone changes because I am 3 hours behind. So we're going to eat meal one right now. I just had a fresh pot of rice that I cooked in my little handy dandy rice cooker here. And I'm going to cook some egg whites. I have a skillet that I just heated up and it's smoking right now, so we gotta go get that going. Pan, olive oil, and then egg whites. So usually for my peak week, I try and keep things relatively consistent, just so I'm not changing a bunch of variables, and the goal is, you know, to be ready by the time I leave and head out to the show, so that way I can just cruise into the show. So what I did was, so then as of yesterday, what I did was I reduced my cardio down to just a 30-minute walk in the morning, and that was my last cardio session, just because I want to let my legs reduce any inflammation, water retention. At this point, you know, 2 days out, you're really not getting much fat loss out of cardio, you're just creating more inflammation in your body. So cutting it out, keep your feet up, relax, and just less stress on the body is going to be a lot more beneficial than trying to do, you know, hours of cardio, because if you're not ready at this point, you're not ready. So thankfully that's not the case. We're ready, we're good to go. Everything came in right on time. So no more cardio as of now. And then yesterday I did increase my carbs by about double of what I was doing. And then today I actually woke up 2 pounds lighter, which is a pretty big drop considering I decreased my cardio by so much, increased my food. But generally whenever I travel, I always drop about 2-3 pounds. So I was 124.5 today. And so we're gonna just eat up a bit more today. Probably do about double the food that we did yesterday, and then we'll see how I'm looking tonight. And I'm just gonna make sure that my weight when I go to bed is not too light, because then I know when I wake up in the morning I'm gonna be even lighter. So usually I drop about 2 pounds overnight, and I just keep track of my weight in the morning and at night.
Nervous at all? Like getting kind of close, 2 days?
No, not yet.
No?
I'm excited. Right now I'm like, I was just excited to get here and get settled in. And then after having a good night's sleep last night and getting up, having some carbs, I woke up. I'm super happy with where I am right now. Definitely, I think one of the best looks I'm bringing. And then having my weight be exactly where it needs to be is just like mentally satisfying for me. So I feel good with where I'm at. We're ready, and I'm just excited at this point. And like I said, I try not to think about the nerves until I get there, because I don't want to stress myself out right now. So for now, I'm just enjoying the process and living in the moment, not worrying about Saturday because it's only Thursday. So focus on the present day. One thing about stressing about the show before it even happens, I mean, one, it's gonna kill your physique. Stress increases cortisol levels, and depending on how your body responds to that, some people can hold a lot of water with that. You look bloated, you look watery and soft. Or some people, they get stressed out and their metabolism starts kicking in, and then your body just starts to burn through all the food you're eating and you just get really flat. So for me, usually with stress, that's what happens. I start to drop weight really fast. So when I start to like get anxious about the show and stressed out about it, that's when my weight just starts dropping and I have to just keep piling on the food. So keeping a really calm mental state is going to be the most important thing for your mindset and your physique. Just making sure that you're focused on what do you have to do today, and today is just resting and relaxing, final pump, and then Saturday we can stress about going on stage right before we go on stage. We got here late on Tuesday night, and then we were kind of out and about yesterday, and I wasn't downstairs much, but I know a lot of people get in today. Usually a lot of people come in on the Thursday. And then plus we have our athlete meeting and check-ins tonight at 4 p.m. for men's pros, 5 p.m. for women's pros. So we'll obviously see everyone there, which is going to be fun.
Yeah. Is there anyone like in particular you're excited to see you haven't seen in a while, or any like old friends, or like?
I think everyone. I mean, all the people who are competing, obviously like the bikini girls, usually we're all pretty good friends. So I haven't seen a lot of people in a little while. I mean, I saw quite a few people when I did a photo shoot in Miami, so I'll be reunited with some of those girls. That was about 2 months ago. And then I've been going to most of the shows here. You know, I was at Pittsburgh Pro, I was at the New York Pro, and a couple of the local Vegas shows. So I've seen a lot of people competing on stage, which is fun to show up and support. And then I know a lot of girls are coming out here to support too. So it'll be fun to have people cheering me on. So basically done now.
Nice.
I'm just gonna I just did one little set of biceps, a little bit of kickbacks. Like I said, just pushing the carbs around where I want them to go, shoulders and glutes. And then I try not to do too much overhead stuff the day before, just because I want to make sure my ribs stay closed and I'm not opening up my rib cage. So usually I don't really do too much shoulder press, just a little bit to get a pump with pretty light weights. And I had a bit of a tugging in my lower back / upper back, so I don't want to do anything that's going to irritate that, obviously, because that's the side that I'm posing on. So it always happens every time I fly. I get there, I sleep, the next day I'm 3 pounds lighter every single time I travel. 2 to 3 pounds lighter every show. On Thursday I wake up and I'm like, crap.
Damn.
We're always like, we're gonna be conservative with like the food and not carb up too much. And then today Mark's like, yeah, you gotta start eating. And I'm like, okay. I'm actually exactly I have it written down like my morning and my bedtime weight then. And this time at Olympia, my bedtime weight last night was the exact same as my bedtime weight at Olympia. And then my morning weight today was the exact same as Thursday morning weight at Olympia. Wow. So I'm like spot on to like the decimal right now. I pose daily once I get closer, just because I want to make sure that, one, I can feel the poses, and the more you pose, I find the better your muscles look because you're squeezing them. But also you want to make sure that you can hit that pose perfectly. So usually I do check-ins with myself, since I'm coaching myself every morning, and then I just go through it with Mark. He's like my second coach, my second set of eyes. So I always do check-ins, posing first thing in the morning. I go through my routines, then we go through my videos to see if we need to make any changes, and then later in the day, post-workout, I always bring my heels and I go pose for about 20 minutes after my workout too. Okay guys, that is a wrap. The last workout is done. A little bit of posing, and I'm gonna do some more back in the room later. We are off to go eat another meal, get some more carbs in, and just rest for the rest of the day. So 2 days out, and I will keep you guys posted on what's happening.
It's raining.
Oh, there's Jen.
Alright, here is your athletic number,
Thank you so
athletic
much.
lanyard, and your scheduled events.
Thank you so much.
Have you downloaded the muscle app?
Yes, I got that.
And you're all set?
We're all good to go. Awesome, thank you.
Where does it that it's a double number?
I wish it was a triple number because when I did this show in 2018, it was 222, and my number was, what was my number? 11 for Olympia or something. But 33 is so cool.
Still significant.
Still significant. This is just the order of events for the show. And then this is athlete badge.
Where are we?
We are with beautiful Carla, who's gonna put on my second coat of tan. Pro tan, we're gonna tan and chill. See the shirt.
Let's go. So how long have you been getting your tans done by Pro Tan?
I've been a pro tan for a while now. I think the past.
We converted you, right? Somewhere. You were at some show and we fixed you up and I don't
Yeah,
know.
they fixed me up, and Alyssa was the one who had a master plan. It was when I did the Miami photo shoot with JM. Alyssa stole me then. So
that's
that was
right.
like back in 2019, before 2019 Olympia.
Because you're such a hard tanner.
Yeah, because I need a lot of coats of tan. So I've already done one coat. That's what I have on right now. And then Carla's gonna do coat number 2 tonight. I'm gonna rinse tomorrow morning, and then I have 2 more coats tomorrow that I'm not gonna rinse, and then Saturday a final top coat. So I think like 5-6 coats.
In total. Wow. So what sort of products is she using? She's putting.
So that's just the Pro Tan, the overnight colors. So you guys can always buy it online and do like a DIY as well. Like for example, last night I did my own. Or you can always have the Pro Tan girls apply it for you, spray it, or she's gonna hand paint you just because it sticks better to the skin. But it's super easy. Honestly, it's foolproof to apply by yourself. It's just goes on nice and smooth. You rub in sweeping circular motions and you're good to go.
Do you just wear your underwear while you get it done, or is she gonna paint you? You're gonna be nude, or what is it?
Nude or just with like a thong or something.
Yeah.
The guys wear a sock or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
The guys wear a sock usually.
We have actually Pro Tan branded nail coverings.
Oh,
Fancy.
classy.
There you go. The
Very
more you
classy.
know. Okay, guys, see you later.
See ya.
You're not coming. Super calm, surprisingly. Mark's like, this is the calmest I've ever seen you at a show.
Yeah, you seem zen. Yeah, very peaceful.
I start to feel the nerves building. Slowly.
Really? Oh,
But I won't feel them until I'm like right backstage.
yeah.
Because for now we still have time.
Yeah. So who's doing your makeup, Jen?
Elaine, good lad.
And has she done your makeup before?
She's done it for a couple of photo shoots before. And we did a bit of a test trial yesterday, and she's going to do it again today for me. So it is 9:03, and we are going to get that done now. It's me.
Do you have like particular makeup at all that you bring for the artist?
I'm
or-
so picky.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you bring? What's your favorites?
I like using MAC Studio Fix just because it sticks the best on my face and it's really full coverage. So I just get her to use this on me.
So do you always do your own hair for your shows?
Yeah, just because with curly hair, it's hard to have someone know what to do. So usually I wash my hair on Thursday, like shampoo, condition, do my full wash day routine, and then what I do is I just used spray bottle this morning, and I just re-wet the entire thing because there's enough product still in it that it'll just refresh the product and basically reactivate it. We're gonna eat some rice. So this morning I had some rice for breakfast, just rice and salt. And then gonna do a little bit more rice and salt now because we'll probably be on stage in about an hour and a half-ish. So I'll eat this now and then we'll bring a butter tart for backstage.
How's she looking, Mark?
Money.
Okay, so funny story. I haven't worn earrings in a little while because I always forget once I take them out, and I just don't really wear earrings too much anymore. So I took out my earrings and I haven't worn them in like a couple months. And then I got these new earrings, and these ones are not like a sharp piercing earring because it's just supposed to be like costume jewelry. And the other day I went to go try on 2 different earrings and the hole was like closed, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? My earring won't fit, and I had to like poke it through with a dull earring because it would like go halfway, but the back I had to poke it through. So I had to like re-pierce my ears the other day. The things we do. Okay, so it's either, they're good. These ones are
Butter tart.
the butter tart.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. I feel a little bit nervous now just because we're like rushing, but I feel great with how I look.
You look fucking crazy.
Thanks.
And still!
This morning, so Mark was taking a check-in. I go to look at it, and he didn't even take the video. I'm like, babe, you didn't take the video.
He was just in awe.
Andrew just talking to me that they're starting pros in 10, so we're right on time.
We're walking down right now.
Let's go.
What's going on? Where are we?
We are backstage right now. It's 12:06, and I think they're just starting up with fitness. So they have fitness, women's bodybuilding, and bikini on. Master's bikini first, so probably 30-40 minutes. So I'm just resting, feet up, and no stress. I feel really good, and I'm super happy with how everything came together, which is always the best feeling. So yeah, that's it for now. Chilling. So right now we are just lining up to go backstage for finals, and then we're going to do our routines for finals. They're going to do the final call-outs and then placings, and then the show is over. It was pretty quick pre-judging this morning. I was in the first call-outs. It looks like top 4, not really sure whereabouts yet, so we're going to wait and see what happens tonight at finals, and then we keep working from there.
Is it nice having Mark here?
Of course. It's always good having him here. He's been at every show I've done since Tampa Pro 2018 when we met. So for the past 3 years, every show.
I've been beside her at every show she's done right before she walks on the stage.
Wow.
Every single one.
So nice to have.
3 years ago, Tampa Pro 2018.
Go, go, go. Just pack it up before we head home.
Okay, so as a bit of a recap, today is Sunday and show weekend is over. It went by super fast. That was probably the quickest I've ever been on stage. The prejudging went by like this. It was, you know, a really short time on stage. I placed third, as you guys will see from the footage. So I'm super happy about that because I'm very proud of the shape that I brought to the stage. I think I made some good improvements to my front pose. In terms of conditioning, I still need to push it a little bit for conditioning. That was my feedback, to bring in a little bit leaner in my glutes and hamstrings, which I kind of knew going into the show that I wasn't at my 100% there, but I still wanted to do the show because I had committed to it. So we're gonna keep pushing 2 more weeks to get a little bit leaner and hopefully secure that win in Olympia qualification at Nashville. And then we're gonna get some feedback from there before we go into the Arnold and then the Olympia, of course, because the goal is gonna be, you know, going in to win those shows. So like I always say, I mean, it's not a loss, it's just a learning experience. And of course I came here to win the show, to get that qualification, but sometimes life has other plans for you and you just gotta roll with the punches, you know, be a good sport about it, take that feedback, learn from it and move on. And I have to say, I mean, Issa, she came back incredible. So congrats to her because she made quite a comeback, quite a statement. And she had a great balance of conditioning and fullness at the show. So I think that they just wanted a more conditioned look here. Daraj, the same thing, she was second place, which is incredible. She has amazing shape, she has that X factor, and she was more conditioned as well. So I think it just came down to the conditioning. As far as feedback that I received, that's kind of the general consensus, was that the shape was great, you know, I had good fullness and whatnot, but it was just the conditioning in my back pose. The front pose was fine. It was just on my legs as I was turning to the back in the back pose. They want to see a little bit tighter so that way you can see more curve and more shape to the muscle, more pop. So that's what we're working for. And I mean, it kind of sucks sometimes when you have a certain, you know, plan set up, but you just have to be able to adapt and keep moving, you know, be resilient, just go with the changes. And there's obviously a reason for everything, so this just gives me a chance to show up in 2 weeks being even better, make some more improvements, and then get some good feedback as I head into the Arnold. I'll be 5 weeks out at that point, and that way I have, you know, a good idea of what I need to do to go into the Arnold and the Olympia to be my best and to bring a physique that's worthy of winning those titles. So yeah, overall, third place, so it was still a good show. And in this lineup, I mean, it was an incredible lineup, so congratulations to all the girls who competed. Always a fun show to be back here in Tampa. And like I said, we're not done yet. We're just getting started. We're gonna keep improving and getting better. But nonetheless, I am super proud of myself and super happy with the package we brought, because I do think shape-wise, by far one of my favorites that I've looked. My overall look, my hair, my makeup, and everything was great. I definitely was nervous on stage. So that's one thing that I'm working on, is just not feeling those nerves and just being confident. But it was the first time I've been back on stage since Olympia, and I think there was just a lot of pressure for this show, of course. So that had a lot to do with the nerves. So we shook those nerves off, and I won't be nervous next time you guys see me on stage. So that's kind of the wrap up for this weekend. We are back to work, back to our cardio, back to the diet, because we don't have any time to waste. We have about 2 weeks now, and hopefully you guys will be coming along with me in Nashville if we can convince the lovely Mariah to come and join us, and then we get you guys lots more content. So thank you guys for tuning along for show weekend. Hopefully you enjoyed all the footage, and we will catch you guys soon.
I think you twist a little
It
more.
makes What time is it? It is 10:49. So we just did an hour of walking on the treadmill, did a quick little full body pump here, nothing crazy. And then we are packing up, flying back tonight, and back to the grind. The work's not done yet. We still got to get back on another show to qualify. So 2 more weeks to hit the stage again. Bringing a little bit leaner lower body was the feedback that I received. A little bit tighter in my glutes and hamstrings. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working on. Probably about half a pound to a pound leaner. And you guys will see me on stage in 2 weeks.